So, so to start with today's session, first of all, let's continue with the discussion on questions. Anyone any doubt regarding whatever I have shared? I think yesterday I shared it late, yeah, because I did not get the time just after your session. Actually, I was having some other sessions. That's why. So yeah, but still, I think I have seen that some of them they have solved the assignments based on matplotlib, and some of them they have tried to solve the assignments on pandas. Right? We will be completing pandas package today, and I have already shared all the files related to right. NumPy shared, pandas is shared, matplotlib is shared. PYT is just an example. We have already seen that, and we will be making use of that in applications. Today we will be talking about this particular part, all these applications, which is going to help you a lot in your projects. Okay, and everything will be based on till whatever we have discussed. Okay, the remaining thing is only this one, C1. I will complete this one also. Don't worry. Okay, but yeah, this C1 we are not going to require in applications or projects. That's why I did not discuss that. And even we have discussed matplotlib already. So matplotlib also does the same thing whatever C1 does. Both of them they can be used for visualization. Okay. So yes, let's start with the questions. Anyone any difficulty till now, or maybe any difficulty regarding anything? For example, yesterday some of you were asking me about the recordings. See, each and every session is being recorded, and I have all the recordings, and even I have shared the recording with Vishal sir. So maybe I think he will decide when to share it. Otherwise, if they say that I will share it, no problem. I can share it. Anyway, you will be getting all the reports. Don't worry about that. See, it's not like that once we are done with all these sessions, 5 to 6 days, whatever it may be. Right? This workshop, once it is done, it's not like that you can ask me. No, not at all. You can come up with your questions anytime. No problem. Even when you will be discussing, when you will be working on your projects, at that time also you can approach me. Right? So no, not a problem. I will again repeat. It does not mean that once you are done with the workshop, you cannot contact. No, you can, right? So maybe tomorrow, I think, or today, I think you will be getting the previous recordings, right? So maybe at least 3 to 4 sessions, whatever we are discussing. Right. So recording, I think you got the idea what is the situation. Okay. Any other question other than that? Any doubt? If not, then I will continue. So just let me know whether you have any doubt regarding anything till now, whatever we have discussed in general, anything. Because I just need to make sure that everyone is doing whatever everyone is referring whatever I'm sharing, right? And everyone knows whatever is going on here in this session, whatever is going on. Everyone should be able to understand that, right? So can you just let me know any doubt, any question? Just let me know in the chat box. Let me check. Yeah, you can actually send the message in the chat box. It is unable. So yes, all of you. Anyone any doubt? Any doubt? Just let me know fast so that we will continue with the session. First, we will complete this. I hope I am audible to everyone, right? And I hope you are getting my question. Anyone any doubt? Can you just let me know yes or no? If you do not have any doubt, please let me know so that I will continue. Okay. So that's what I am asking, right? People, so just please respond, okay? So that I will come to know that you are having doubt or not. So at least some of you will respond to me so that I will come to that. Okay, you are there. Yeah. So yes, people are saying that there is no bug. So let's continue that. Let's continue. So see, today's what we can say today's agenda will be we will be discussing about we will try to complete this pandas package first because this is the package which we are going to require even in applications and in projects, right? Once we are done with pandas, I will go and I will try to start with these applications, right? The code for each and every application I will be sharing it today itself, right? I'll be giving you the links. I have already uploaded all those things on Google Drive. No, for this one, what I will be doing, I told you, I cannot go and I cannot write out the code line by line, right? So I will be referring to files and I will try to complete all the applications today itself. Let's see. And yeah, you will be getting the code. The remaining part, that is Seaborn, do not worry about this one. It is also used for visualization, right? We will complete this one also, right? But yeah, I will just make sure that first of all I will share all the required files for this one, right? Maybe in the extra session which we will be deciding. I don't know where it will be. We will come to know about that. In that we will try to discuss this. Okay, I will be talking about this. So the remaining part is going to be what then? This part. So this part and this part we will be discussing in the extra session because this is not going to require time. There will be a project. In that project, what we will be doing? We will try to understand what is Flask, a framework, why it is used. And for that, what I have done is I will be showing you implementation of the project. What is this project? It's a web application. What it does, it fetches real-time data from Flipkart. Once you understand this, you can go and you can develop similar kind of applications for any other apps. Okay. So yeah, for this we are going to require Python. And the next thing which I added, other than Python, or the next topic to Python is like I will introduce you to this stuff, data science, machine learning, deep learning, right? Maybe 10 15 minutes. I will just give a brief introduction. Then we will try to see this linear regression. Okay, this is just an algorithm actually used for prediction. Logistic regression is for classification. So these two algorithm itself require more time. But just to make you aware about how to make use of Python language to develop the models, for that I will be discussing about this particular project. I will directly discuss the project. And then at the end I will show you how to deploy that project on the cloud. So that whatever the applications you will be discussing here, all the applications you people will also be able to deploy on the cloud. Right? For example, WhatsApp. WhatsApp is on cloud. That's why everyone is able to use that from anywhere, at from any location in the world. Right? Similar kind of thing we will try to do here. Right? This is what I want to do. So that's why I will require some extra because I tried to explain you each and everything by typing. Right? Generally, I do not do that. But yeah, as I already know that this was the requirement, so that's why I just make sure that each and everything I will type. But just try to understand here we cannot type each and everything, right? But yes, whatever the code we will be able to see here, this will not be anything for you. Because whatever we wanted to discuss, which we are going to make the here in this application, the basic things only we are going to make use of in this application, which we have seen till now. Right? And again, one more point is these applications are going to help you to understand how to make use of basics of Python to create applications. So these applications are like a reference for you to create the projects. Right? That's why what you need to do is even though I will be explaining you, even though I will be sharing the code, but you need to go, you need to run each one of them and try to play with them, try to make the changes, try to make the changes in the code. Do not make the changes in the original code. If you want to make any change, just make the changes in some other code. Okay, so that is the best way to learn these things. Okay, right? So without wasting any time, let's continue first of all with the panda. I will complete the panda and then I will move to this one. I hope everyone is making sense, right? Okay. So let's continue with panda. Let me go here and now see if you check. Yesterday I have shared some links. A link for panda also I have shared, right? It's a link for a zip file. So if you just go and unzip that file, you will be able to see all these IPv4 files. Introduction to Panda, series, data frames, missing data. So till data frames we are done. In the last session, we are done till data frames. Today I will be discussing about how to handle missing data group by merging joining is again not required, but again it's easy. Even if you do not have time, you can skip that for right now. Okay. Operations we will discuss and data input and output. Okay. So yes, data input and output we are going to require in applications. That's all. But let me tell you, Panda itself again is a very vast topic, right? But again, if you really want to understand and move forward in Python, these things are more than sufficient because you need to remember many things. Just try to remember the basic things and the fundamental things, so that on top of that you can go and you can build applications, right? So let me just show you this particular file. See, this is what we have discussed in the last session. I already given you an idea about what is a series, what is a data frame. So if you go here, you will see all these topics. Introduction to pandas we are done. Series we have seen, data frame we have seen, right? So that's what is actually given. The list only is given in the first IPv. And the second IPv file, the thing which we have discussed about series, that is explained in the second IPv. If anyone is having any doubt regarding all these nodes or sequence, anything, please ask me, because I have shared everything in sequence. Okay, so you can see here, this is what we have discussed in the last session, right? Same examples we have discussed. So I just try to keep everything same, so that you will be able to remember, right? Or you will be able to do all these things once you get the recording same. So you can check. This is what we have seen. So that's what is already given to you, because that's why I told you initially only. No need to write on it, right? And similarly, this particular IPv file is also shared, in which we have discussed about data frames, right? So explanation of that, these examples, if you remember, those were present yesterday, right? All these things, indexing, we have seen, creating a new column, in place operator, and all those things we have discussed, axis and all those things we have discussed, right? I hope now I have seen that many people have solved the assignments, and I got to know that yes, they have actually understood all these things. Okay, because many of you, I think some of you have already tried some Panda assignment here. So that's good. Okay, now I will go and I will try to discuss missing data. Okay, so let me just make it. So what I will do is I will try to talk about this one. So let me go and let me open a new window. Okay, first of all, we will see step by step. We will try to see about this how to handle missing data in Python with the help of Panda. Correct. So as usual, we will have to import pandas. Import pandas as the okay. So next topic is what? Try to understand. The next topic we are trying to discuss is missing data. Let me create some space. I can use either camera or that page, because I have only two ports. One is for external USB. Maybe yeah. Okay. So let's discuss about how to handle missing data. Now try to understand what do you mean by missing data. See, for example, if you are filling some form, okay. Now while filling the forms, suppose you are trying to fill examination form, right? Examination form you are trying to fill. So in that examination form, there are different columns. Maybe suppose name of the student, okay. Let's suppose roll number, correct? Let's suppose marks in the first exam, marks in the second exam, okay, something like this, and maybe whether the fee is pending or something like this. So this is what you are trying to do. You have this kind of a table. You have this kind of a form, application form. Now what will happen is someone will write down the name. Suppose student's name is A, roll number is 50. He is filling the mark out in the first subject. Suppose he got 50 marks in the second subject, he got 70. In the third subject, he got 70. Similarly, B 20, suppose 51, suppose 61, suppose 81. C, and so on. C, D, E, and so on. So there are number of students. So what will happen is some student might not fill this particular marks, because he might not have appeared for this exam. So he is going to keep this blank. Here he has got 70. Here he has got suppose 65. But this exam he did not appear. So in this case it is blank. So in someone else's case this will be blank. In someone else's this will be blank. Anything can happen, right? So what Python does is whatever is blank, Python treats it as null. Now why to take care about null? Null is also called as NA, or it is also called as NaN, not a number. So why to take care about null? Because I think I talked about it. Whenever we do 3 plus null, or any arithmetic operation with null, for that matter, always results into null. That means what's going to happen is this student is going to get 50 plus 70 plus 75 marks, whatever the total. This student is going to get 51 plus 61 plus 81 marks, whatever the total. But what is the total in this student's case? 70 plus 65, right? So it will be 135. But it will not be 135. It will be null only. Because any arithmetic operation, null plus 70, it is going to happen like this. Null plus 70 plus 75. So it will be null. Any arithmetic operation with null always results in null. That means even though that student appeared for 2 exams, his total should have been 135, but his total is null because of this particular missing. So that's why it is very necessary to handle missing values or null values in case of Python. Right? I hope everyone understood the purpose why to take care about missing values or null values. Right? Now what I will be doing is I will try to see here we do not have any data. Maybe while creating the models you will get some data. Right? But here you do not have any data set. So what we can do here is we can create our own data set and we can insert the missing value. So how to insert missing values or any values of null values? So see, let me import numpy. See, import numpy. You people also can try it out along with me. Import numpy as np. This is what I was about. If I go with numpy, right? So np dot nan. This is how you can generate a missing value, hard coded missing value if you want. Because right now we do not have any data set. That's why what we will be doing is we will try to create our own data set and we will try to generate the missing value. So I just want to show you how to handle missing value. So that's why what I will do is I will create a data frame in which I will be having some records where I will be having some missing value. So pg.data frame, yesterday we have seen. Now to this data frame I am going to pass a dictionary as a. Now you know that what happens in case of dictionary. So dictionary can be converted into a data frame, right? Like this. So you just pass it as input. In case of dictionary, key is going to act as an index. So this particular example is actually given in your in the IPY and file which I have shared with you, right? So np.name. So np, that means what I'm trying to do is to this value a, I am trying to assign a list, and that list is having one element, one as an element, two as an element, and null value as an element, or missing value as an element, right? So this is going to be the first key and value pair. Similarly, second key and value pair I can go and I can assign. Here also I am trying to pass uh, list as a value. Let's suppose. So that list is suppose it is having these values. Suppose it is having 6, maybe. Suppose np.name, again I am trying to pass the na value and np.name. So you can check it that I am trying to manually create the na value. Okay. So this is second key value pair, and third key value pair is suppose I am having a key called as C, and here the value of C is again a list. I am trying to assign a list. So 1, 2, 3, something like this I have, right? And then just complete the curly bracket, add a dictionary and complete the parenthesis. Right? Now let me go and let me run it. So okay, I think I have missed the bracket. So this one is done. B colon C and then this single quote is missing. Okay, what's happening here? Just a moment. Just a moment. Let me restart this one. Okay. So in case of C, I am trying to assign 1, 2, 3. Okay, same thing is here is done. So let's try to run it. Yeah. Name PD is not defined. Okay, as I restarted the kernel, that's why I need to import this package once again. Now got it. Now see, this is my data frame. Right? Now what I will do is I will just try to assign this particular data frame to a variable D. So what's happening? See, it is deleting. Whenever I am trying to type something, it is deleting. What's happening? Let me just close this one. Let me open the one. See, this particular code I have already shared with you. Now, see, just to save our time, what I will do is, see, this particular code is already shared. Okay, so right now, I hope you understand this, right? I hope you understand these things. This input number you can run at a one time or you can run it separately. Now, see, this is what I was trying to do. This notebook is already with you people. Okay, try to understand. So df is equal to pd.data frame. This is what I was trying to do. So what I have done is a value I have assigned this particular. Okay, definitely click insert. Let me check. I have checked that actually, Solomon. Insert key, I have checked that. Let's see if it happens again or not. So I mean to say, see, this is my DA. So, let me check now. Oh, it's working. No problem. Now see, this is my data frame. Okay. Now in my data frame, if you check, there are any values. So what will happen in real time? In real time, if you try to fetch some data, maybe from some CSV file or Excel file, and in that CSV file or Excel file, if some cell is empty, so that empty cell is going to be considered as NaN parameter, not a number or null value or any value sometimes call it as. Okay. Now our purpose is to understand how to handle this element. Why to handle it? That we have already seen, because it is going to cause a lot of problem in number of ways. Okay. So how to handle a null value? So you have a direct method df dot drop n. So drop na is going to do what? Drop na is going to drop all the rows where there are missing values. So the second row and third row is going to be dropped. Because see, in the second row there is an value. In the third row there are two values. So my answer is going to go with this one. So drop in is going to drop rows by default. See, it is going to drop rows by default where there is an value. But what if I want to drop the columns? If you want to drop columns, what you can do is just go here and write an access equal to 1. Right? And just run it. That means drop and now you execute it on column. By default, it is going to execute it on row. That's why I did not mention here access equal to 0. Even if I would have mentioned it like this, same thing. But by default, it's row. So if you want to check that, you know, right, what to do. Go here, press shift tab, you'll see that the default value of access is 0. And 0 means row. Access equal to 0 means row. We already talked about that. Even in assignment also, many people have used that. Right? Now let me remember. Now see what I got. I got C column. No, why I got C column? Because when I tried to drop these values, when I try to drop the values which are try to drop the records where I have null values, this time I try to drop the columns access equal to 1. So this column is dropped, this column is dropped. This is the only column which I got because this is the only column where there is no any value. Right? So remember this particular method, drop n. I hope everyone understands that. And see, if you want to create a data set, please try to open the file which I have shared. See, this file I have already shared with you people. IPy people. I have shared a zip file with you. Unzip it. Once you unzip it, you will be able to see all these things. Introduction, series, data frames, missing data. Right now I am discussing missing data. Group by, merging, joining, concatenating, operations, and data input and output. And plus, we will be able to see some data set files like this example file. You will be able to see an example underscore sample, because here I am going to tell you how to read data from the external sources also. Right? That's why we are going to require those files also. I hope you people are getting whatever I am trying to talk about. So this code is already shared with you so that it will save our time. That's why I am asking you. Okay. So that's why I am not sending this particular thing in the chat box, because you already have all these things. Right? So I am just trying to explain you and run it. Now next thing is what? So here see, axis equal to 1 we have already seen. Even in NumPy also we have seen that, right? Now see, there are different things. If I go here, if I try to run df, this is my original data frame. Now what I can do is df dot drop na. Now there are different methods I can make it. Somewhat, for example, there's something called as threshold. Now if I go and if I try to do something like this, df dot drop na threshold equal to THRESH stands for threshold. Now see, what I got is I got all the results as it is. Now what I will do is I will try to type the same command, but this time I will just try to change the value of the threshold. I will just make it as 2. And you can see that I got only 2 rows. See what's happening actually. Try to understand what's happening. So when I made threshold equal to 2, I got only 2 rows. That is first row and second row. Now what I will do is I will run it once again and I will make the value of threshold equal to 3. Okay. Now see, I got only first row, and now once again if I go and if I try to make it as threshold equal to 4, no, I am getting nothing. Once again if I go here and if I try to make it as threshold equal to 5, no, I am not getting it. Now try to understand what's happening here. So this threshold, how you can remember it is, whenever we make use of threshold equal to 2, for example, that means you are looking at minimum 2 non-NA rows, minimum 2 non-NA values, minimum 2 non-NA values. Non-NA means, see, minimum 2 non-NA values. Here you are looking out for minimum 3 non-any values. So which is the row in which we have minimum 3 non-any values? Only this row. Minimum 3 non-any values. Minimum 2 non-any. Minimum 2 means what? Minimum 2 means 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Minimum 3 means 3, 4, 5 and so on. Minimum 1 means 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4. Try to understand. But non-any. Not any, okay? Non-any. That's why if you go with threshold equal to 4, that means we are looking out for minimum 4 non-any values. So is it possible to have minimum 4 non-any values in this? Are there minimum 4 non-any values in any row? No. Is it clear everyone? Anyone in doubt on threshold? Minimum non-any. Whatever the value I am going to write down, threshold equal to minimum non-any. Suppose, see, now suppose if I make it as 1. Now why I will get all the rows? Because I want to threshold equal to 1. It means that show me only those rows where there is minimum minimum 1 non-any value. Minimum 1 non-any means 1 or 2 non-any values or 3 non-any values or 4 or 5 or so. At least minimum means what? At least. At least means at least 1 means 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 and so. Is it clear? Can you just confirm me, all of you? Is it clear everyone? Any doubt in threshold? So that I will move forward. Okay. Ravish is saying in a column numbers are float, but in column numbers are integer. Why so? What do you mean by this? No. Ravish, they are values. Float are the values actually. Column C. Column C you are talking about. Column C. Okay. That's what I showed you something. Because we have created this particular data set, Ravish. Have you understood? See this one. I do not understood this. Just try to understand. See, in C, we have only put 1, 2, 3. No one else has put. Right, 1, 2, 3. Now, if your question is why this is like this, why it is like this, right? So here also even you can check the data type. See, here I am mentioning this particular value np.name. Here also I am mentioning this np.name. Am I mentioning it here? No. So if you are mentioning this kind of a value, so by default Python what it does is actually it is going to give you this particular value as a float, others value as a float. Or otherwise, if you can go here and you can check it, see you can, if you want all the integer values, so what you can do is you can go and you can check this data type. By default you can check it. But if you are using nan value along with this kind of values, so what will happen is by default you are going to get in float only. But here we have actually manually mentioned everything. Everything is integer. That's why integer. So that might be because of this nan value we are going to make use of, and that's why all the other values are float. Okay, that's good observation again. Yes. Is it making sense, Tabish? Or otherwise, what you can do is later on you can try it out to make the changes. If you want everything as a integer only, what you can do is go here and just make it and then run it, and then you can see. This is what you want, Tabish. Not some data type. By default, it is float. In third C, we have got integers because explicitly we have mentioned integer. We did not mention mixture of the values. We have mentioned only one type of value. That's why. Here it was integer as well as float. So by default, it is going to take float only. Initially only I told. But here only integer because explicitly we have mentioned that. Is it clear, Tabish? And who was asking that? Akash. So Kushi is asking, sir, what actually threshold is doing? So threshold, what it is doing, Kushi, you can check it. Threshold is just helping you to get the values according to your requirement. For example, if I am doing, see, what am I doing actually? I am making use of drop any. So I am actually dropping such rows where there are any values. But how many any values? So threshold is giving the authority to you people that okay, which kind of rows you can consider, where there is only one any value, or two any values, or three any values, or four any values, or so on, right? So now see what's happening. If I am writing down threshold equal to 2, it means that I am going to look out for only such rows where there are minimum two non-NA values. Two non-NA. Minimum two non-NA. So are there minimum two non-NA values in the third row? No. So this row will be removed. Are there two minimum non-NA values here? Yes, two NA values. Three NA values. So minimum two means what? 2, 3, 4, and that's why I will be getting only this row and this row. Only two rows I will be getting as output of it. Is it clear, Kushi? That's what this threshold is. Okay, let's move on. Now this is how you can drop them. Now in real time, what we do is we actually fill the NA value with some other value. Suppose for that we use df.fill NA. Now which value you want to fill the NA value? So whatever the value you want. Suppose I want to fill NA value with this value. Now see, wherever there was NA value, now instead of that, it has been replaced with. Obviously, in real time, we are not going to do something like this. We generally replace the NA values with mean or the median or the mode of the column. Mean is nothing but average. Suppose df, right? Suppose I want to replace this NA values from. Suppose I want to replace this NA values from A column. So what I will do is I can replace the NA values in A column with mean of. So what is my A? This is A. If I want to find out the mean or the average of A, this is how I can find out the average of it. It is 1.5. So what I can do is df dot fill NA, right? So actually it should be df of A because I am talking about A column. If I want to replace all the NA values in df of A dot fill NA, with which value I want to fill that NA value? So fill NA value is equal to, now here I can replace that particular thing with this average value. Okay, so I will just go here, copy here, and I will just paste it and run it. Now what you will see is, now see that NA value in A column, that NA value in A column is actually replaced with 1.5. Why 1.5? Because we have asked it to replace it with 1.5 because 1.5 is the mean. So generally we replace NA value with mean. Why? There is a reason. Why? So for that, maybe when you will learn about machine learning data science in detail, or maybe data pre-processing, data cleaning, at that time it will make sense, right? So, but yes, depending on what type of data we have, we make use of a mean or the mode or the median of the column. I hope you understood what fill NA does. Fill NA is just going to fill the, it is just going to replace the NA value with whatever the value you want. Okay. So that was all about missing data. Let me go and let me try to talk about the next thing, that is group by. Group by is something important for in case of pandas. Whenever you want to understand some data, group by is going to help you a lot. So see, that's why I'm not going to type out of all these things because see, this is the data I'm creating. Try to understand. See, try to understand this is the data set I'm trying to create. Okay. So what I'm doing is, can anyone tell me what is the data type of this variable data which I am trying to create? What is this data? Can anyone tell me what is the data type? What is this data? What type of data structure it is? That means I want to ask you, if I go and if I try to type of data, what I will get? Yes, absolutely right. Yes, yes. Yeah, that is dictionary. It's a dictionary, right? Because curly brackets and key and value. So that dictionary I am just trying to pass as an input to data frame, right? So this data, whatever I have, I am just trying to pass it as an input to data frame. PD dot, this D should be uppercase. PD dot data frame, and that data. So if I want to show you how data looks like first, so see data. Now see, this is my dictionary. Okay, this is a dictionary, and that dictionary I am passing as an input to data frame. So let's run it. Now see that data is converted like this because you know, in case of dictionary, keys are going to act as this, right? And the values are this, and index by default is this one because we haven't given any index actually. What we have, you know, what data frame, what type of argument data frame has?
it accepts. See, actually, this data is actually data equal to data. I hope you remember. Okay, I hope you remember that in case of data frame, there are three arguments which are very important. One is data, one is index, and one is column. So I'm just trying to pass a dictionary as input to data frame. This is what it has given. Now what I will do is I will just try to assign this particular thing to a variable called as df. Now my df looks like this. Okay. So what do I have in data frame? Company name, person name, and sales. So company are like Google, Microsoft, Facebook, and these are the people, and these are the sales generated by these people. So from Google, Sam has generated 200 sales. From Google, Charlie has generated 220 sales. From Microsoft, Amy, 340. Microsoft, Vanessa, 124. From Facebook, Car, 240, and so on. Right? Now, what we want to learn, how group by can be used in case of Python. So for that, what I am going to do is, first of all, I am trying to show you what is the method we make use of. So say df, that is data frame name, dot group by. Group by is the method which we make use of to group by the thing. Suppose I want to see, group by is used for what? It is used for aggregation. Let's suppose, maybe, suppose I have a data of students, right? Data of students regarding their results in different subjects. Now I want to see the marks grouped by subject. Okay, what is the aggregate marks of mathematics? What is the aggregate marks of suppose data structures? What is the mathematics? What was the aggregate marks for database subject, and so on. So group by. So here suppose I want to see what is the sales group by company. That means what is the addition of the sales according to company. The addition of the sales will be what? 200 plus 120. So it is 320 for Google. Or what is the average sales for Google? What you can do? 200 plus 120 divided by 2. Average. Similarly for Microsoft, similarly for Facebook. First of all, what do? Is we first of all try to create an object. So what I want is I want to create an object which is going to help you to group by the things according to company summary. So this is how I can create the object. Now you can see that it is created at this particular location, right? We haven't yet actually made use of that. So what I will do is I can go and I can assign it to some variables. Suppose by underscore company is the variable name I am trying to assign to. No need to assign it actually. No, there is no need to use this kind of a thing always. But yeah, we can create a variable. I am just trying to create a variable. So what I can do is suppose I want to find out the average sales according to company. So what I can do is I will directly make use of this particular variable. By underscore company dot mean. Mean is nothing but the average, and then just run it. Now what you will get is for Facebook average sales is 296, for Google average sales is 160, and for Microsoft it is 230. You can find it out, right? 200 plus 120 divided by 2. What you will get is 160. That is 320 data. So average sales mean. Similarly, if I want to find out the total sale according to company, so what I can do is by underscore company dot sum and then run it. Now see, you will get total sale. Total sale of Google is 320. Total sale of Facebook is 593. Total sale of Microsoft is 464. This is what group by can do. And again, if you want to find out something like standard deviation, right? So according to the company name, you can find out the standard deviation. Suppose if you want to find out something like count according to company name, so count is going to consider the third column also, because if see in this point you know that one cannot find out the average of person as its character, right? Average or what you can say, some cannot find out the total of a person, but one can find out the count of a person. So in every case, you will be getting the count. See, according to company Facebook, according to company Facebook has two people, it has generated two sales. Google, two people generate two sales. So that's how this particular count method is going to work. But try to understand what are we trying to do. All these are aggregate operations, count or average or sum. Similarly, there is something like if I want to find out what is the maximum sale and minimum sale according to the company name, right? So, for example, in our original data set, you can check it here that according to Google, what I am trying to do, find out maximum sale. So, according to Google, what is the maximum sale? So 200 is the maximum. For Microsoft, 340 is the maximum sale. For Facebook, 350 is the maximum sale. That's what it is going to give. See, for Google, 200 is the max. 200 is the maximum sale. Who generated? Sam. Similarly for Facebook and similarly for Vanessa. For Microsoft, it is Vanessa. And same thing I could have done it for minimum value by underscore company. If I if I want to find out minimum sales according to the company, see, you can find out the minimum sales, right? So this is how you can make use of this group by. Right? It's really very helpful. And the most important thing, it can show you all the results in the one output itself is described. What you can do is by underscore company dot describe and then run. And now you will be able to see everything. So for example, at one place itself you'll be able to see everything. See, Facebook, what is the count? 2. What is the mean? That is the average of the sales, 296. What is standard deviation? What is the minimum sale? What is the 25 percentile of the sale? Okay, it is percentile which we call it as quartile 1. This is called as quartile 2. This is called as quartile 3. And this is called as maximum. Maximum means 100 percentile. Quartile 3 means 75 percentile. Quartile 2 means 50 percentile. Minimum is 0 percentile. Right? 0 percentile, 25 percentile, 50 percentile, 75 percentile, 100 percentile. That is maximum. So you can check it. All this information you are going to get according to company name for Google, Facebook, and Microsoft. You just need to make the what dot describe. And if you want to see the result in some another way, yes, that's also possible. You just can make use of something like transpose. Suppose if I go here and if I try to write on the same command, right? Suppose I want to check it in some another way. Just the way of looking at the output I'm trying to talk about, right? So you can make use of a transpose. So there is something called as transpose. Just go here, just do transpose, and you will be able to see the same output, but in this way. Okay, so whatever you prefer, you can go for that, right? Otherwise, anyway, this is also something which you can make use of if I run it, right? I'm getting the output, but from this also I can go and I can actually, so see, if you go and if you try to check what is the type of this particular thing, you'll come to know that you can do a lot of operations on this. See, it is what, it's a data frame. Now as you come to know that it's a data frame, that means you can apply all the methods which you can apply on data frame, right? So here, if I go and if I try to write down, see, yeah, this one. By underscore company dot describe. What it has given me, it has given me something like this, right? But from this one itself, suppose if I want to check out for maybe a particular index, let's say suppose, okay, let me try it out like this. Okay, this will not work. Okay, yeah, this has worked. Okay, I feel, yeah, this is not okay. What I will have to do is, first of all, I will have to take a transpose because I'm just trying to index according to what you can say, according to the columns, I can say, right? So here if I go and if I try to do it like this now, let's say, now see, what you will be getting is, you will be getting all those things only for Facebook, right? Only for Facebook. So if you do not want to see others, if you want to see only for Facebook, you can check 2 296 75, you can check it 2 296 75 and so on, right? So simple indexing we can apply because we know what type of operations one can apply on a data frame. You have already seen that, right? So that's what actually I am trying to show it to you here. Okay, so that's about this group by, and that is already mentioned in all these things whatever I have shared, right? So if someone by chance, if someone missed something, do not worry, everything is with you. Okay, let me go. Yeah, see, merging and joining is not at all difficult, even we do not require it, but still I will suggest that you please go through this. It will not be difficult to understand for you people because yeah, otherwise it will take 5 to 10 minutes for me, right? But anyway, you just go through this. Let me know if you have any doubt, okay? Or you just take it as an assignment. At least go through this. Anyway, we do not require that in our applications. But yeah, everything is given to you. Let me move to the operations. Operations is something which we will require in maybe in applications or many times we require. Okay. Now see, in case of operations again, as usual, we are going to require the data, and once we get the data, on the data we are going to apply some operations. So see, what is this again? Again, same thing. What am I doing is I am just trying to create a dictionary, and that dictionary I am just trying to pass it as an input to a data frame. Now that data frame is going to give me something like this. So see, what's happening here? Column 1 is the key and the value is this list. Column 2 is the key. These are the values, right? And again column 3 is the key and these are the values. So let me just show it to you what happens once you get it as a data frame df. Now this time my df is going to look something like this. Even if you people want to execute this in your case, just go and open this particular file, copy this and run it into some another notebook. Let me tell you once again, do not make any changes in the notes which I have given you because later on once you get the recording, these things are going to be very helpful for you. Plus, in projects also these things are going to be very helpful for you because these are the basic things and it's like important things, right? So based on which you can go and you can actually try out or understand other things. That's why these things are very important. Do not make any change. These are very simple examples. They will help you to understand the complicated. If you want to make any change, just open a new book like this, whatever I am trying. Okay. Now you can check it. This is what my data frame. I hope everyone has understood what is this. This was just a dictionary. We passed it as an input to a data frame, and now we got a data frame. So DF is my data frame. Now in data frame DF you can look out. We have column 1, column 2, column 1, and we have indexes by default 0, 1, 2, 3. Right? It will not mention anything. So let's try to see now these different operations on the data frame, and these are going to be important. And there are a lot of operations. We will try to see some of them. Now suppose I want to index based on the column. This you are already aware about, right? So it's going to show me what? It's going to show me all the values from column 2. You can check it, right? All the values from column. Now in column 2, if you check, there is a repeated value like 444. What if I want to see only the unique values from the column 2? Yes, that's possible. You can make use of operation like unique or method like unique, right? So df of column 2 and then unique. So how many unique values? 1, 2, and 3. So 444, 555, 666. Suppose what if I want to check number of unique values? So what you can do is instead of this unique, just write it down as n unique. N stands for number of unique. So how many number of unique values are there in this particular column? 3 number of unique values. See, this is a very small data. I will be showing you a very large data, right? But try to understand the concept. How many unique values I have? 444, 553, and 666. 444 is repeated once again. That's the 3 unique values I have. Okay. So like this, if you go and if you try to apply different operations, like suppose selection is also given in your file, and this one you have already seen, right? df of column 1 is going to show me all the values from the column 1. I can go and I can apply like this kind of operation, like ampersand and operation. And if I go and if I try to check df of column 2, so what I want is df of column 2, I want equal to 444. So I want such a value where df of column 1 is greater than 1, is greater than 1, and df of column 2 equal to 444. So if column 2 is not defined, it should be single quote. Okay. Now let's see the truth value of series ambiguous. Okay, so it is showing me the value are ambiguous. So what I should do is I should put them in brackets properly. So see, first condition is what? I want such a value where df of column 1 is greater than 1, and df of column 2 is equal to 444. That means I want such a record where column 1 value is greater than 1. So here it is greater than 1, and it should be 444. It is not 444. Here it is greater than 1. It should be 444. It is not 444. It is greater than 1 and it is equal to 444. That means my output is going to be this one, 3 and 444. Let's see this. Now see, this is my output, right? For the last value only, this condition is true. Now if I want to see the actual value, what I can do is I can go and I can further index it. Just put a square bracket here, the whole condition. I will be able to see the actual value. See. 4, column 1 is greater than 1, yes. Column 2 equal to 444, yes. So this is how also you can make use of this selection or indexing kind of. Okay? And if you want this to assign it to some variable like new data frame, yes, you can assign it to new data. So how to fetch the data from the original data, right? This is going to be very helpful in that case. Next thing, let's try to see how we can apply different what you can say functions on the data frame. Let me create a function. The function name is suppose multiply by 2. This is the function name. Okay. So multiply by 2 is going to accept some argument. Suppose it is accepting my argument as a. What it is returning? It is just returning the result a into. That's it. This is the definition of a function. How to write the definition of a function? You already seen that. Now what I want to do is I want to apply. See, I hope you remember, right? How to write down the functions. Multiplication, multiply by 2. So multiply by 2 is the name of the function 7. So result will be 14. 7 into 4 is 14. Now what I want to do is I want to apply this particular function on this data frame, on any column of this data frame. Suppose I want to apply this particular function onto second column. So what I can do is df of column 2. What is df of column 2? This one. I want to apply multiply by 2 function on this column. So what I can do is I can make use of apply. Apply. What I want to apply? Multiply by this is my function. Now see, every value is going to be multiplied by 2. Right? Remember this. Okay. Dot apply. This is very important. See, once we are done with the pandas, please do not forget to solve the exercise assignment based on pandas. That assignment is really good. This is going to help you understand almost all the things which are required. So that solving that assignment is very important. I am talking about pandas. Okay. So yes, this is what you can do. Suppose I want to apply some other function like I have column 3. Right, column 3 is my string column. Now I want to apply some ready-made functions, ready-made methods, which are already there. So like length. Length I want to apply on column. So you can see the length of each value in the column is 3. Because see, length of ABC is 3, length of BF is 3, length of HI is 3, length of XY is also 3. Right? So this is how you can apply. And yes, I have already shown you. Suppose if you want to find out something like what is df of column 1? df of column 1 is this one. Right, now I want to find out the sum of these. So what I can do is I can directly go and I can try to find out the sum of the complete column. 4 plus 3 7, 7 plus 2 9, 10 sum should be there. Right? This is how I can find out the sum. Suppose if you want to delete some column permanently, so what you can do is in data frame I have this column. So what I can do is I can suppose I want to delete first column. So you just need to write down del and name of and the column. Just indicate the column 1. So this column is going to be deleted permanently. See, if I go and if I try to check df now, you will see that there is no column. If you see it second time also, you will not be able to see df column. Now it is permanently deleted. Now if you want to see which are the column names, you can go and you can make your df columns and just run it. You can see that column 2 and column 3, these are the only column names in our data. Right? If you want to see what are the indexes, df dot index underscore df dot index, if you go and if you try to see, it is going to show you the information about the index. That index is going to start with 0 and end with 4. Right? Start 0, end 4, and step is 1. As end is 4, that's why it is from 0 to 4, 0 to 3. Right? So it is going to give me information about indexes, which are actually used in the data frame. Right? This is how you can actually do it. And one more point is that always remember why are we talking about data frame only? Because let me tell you, see, in the latter part, the next part which we are going to talk about, you will see that how to import data from a text file, how to import data from a CSV file, how to import data from a XML file, or what we can say LX .excs file. Okay, XLSX file I can say .xlsx files, or how to import data from a HTML web page. So whatever you do, ultimately once you get that data imported in Python, placed in Python, it will be stored in a variable, and the data type of that variable is always going to be data frame. Remember that. That's why we are actually trying to understand all the operations, all the methods, or all the important methods which can be applied on data. Okay. So like this, there is something called as sort values also. So what you can do is it can sort the values according to some column. So suppose I want to sort the values according to column 2. Now if you can check, these are the values, right? So I want to sort according to column 2. So yes, you can do that. You will see that 444, 444, 555, 666. Earlier it was what? 444, 555, 666, 444. Now it is in the increasing order according to this column. So this is how you can check it. Right? Now, if you want to check if there is any null value present here, so df dot is null is the method which you can make use of. This is very important. If there is a null value, it is going to give true in that particular cell, otherwise false. But in your case, you can check there is no any value, there is no any value, there is no null value, and that's why we are not getting true anywhere. Right? So this is how, and that's why if I go and if I try to run that drop any which we have seen earlier, it is not going to drop anything because there is no any value in this. Okay, so yes, this is what we can do. Let me check. I think what's given. See, these are the operations, unique values. So everything is given in your notebook. Please try to refer all these things. Yeah, let me create this particular data set once again. See, what am I doing is as I have already dropped. See, what am I doing is I am trying to create a data set 123 np.na. So we are just trying to manually insert some any values. So this is what my data frame. Again, this is nothing different. Okay, this is just dictionary, and we are passing dictionary as an input to our data set. Okay. So now my DF looks like what? My DF looks like this. Now what if again, if you want to apply the method which we have discussed earlier, right? So what you can do is DF dot fill NA. If you want to fill NA with some value, whatever you want, I want to fill the NA value with this value. Yes, you can see. Wherever there is NA, it is actually filled with the required. So I already told you, right? Generally, what we do is we try to fill the NA values within missing values in case of numeric data or in case of continuous columns, right? Now I want to talk about something called as pivot table. Pivot table is what? Pivot table is something which helps you to look at the data in different angles. So for that, what am I going to need is I am going to need this particular dictionary. See, this dictionary I am trying to create. Data is equal to. So let me just go and copy it here. See, this is simple dictionary. Okay, nothing new. That's why I am directly copying it so that it will save my time. So this dictionary looks like what? You can see. A is a key, and this is a value. This list is a value of that. What is there in that list? You can check. These are the elements. Foo, bar, bar, bar. Again, key 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1. Again, see X, Y, X, Y, X, Y. And 1, 3, 2, 5, 4, 1. Okay. So A, B, C, D are the keys, and these are the respective values in that dictionary. So key and value pair I have. Right. So what am I going to do is I'm just trying to create a data frame from this one. So how to create a data frame? You know, right? pd.data frame. Just pass that dictionary as an input data frame. Now your DF looks like this. So let's suppose your data is something like this. So if you can check in this particular data set, see here I am trying to explain you about 6 rows only. But in real time there might be 10,000 number of rows, in thousands, in lakhs, right? So in this kind of a data, if you look at, see foo1, foo1, foo2, bar2, bar1, bar1. That like something like this. Foo1x, foo1y, foo2x, so there are some repetitions. In this column there is a repetition. In this column also there is a repetition. Right? In these two columns there is a repetition. So what happens is, suppose let me ask you. Suppose I want to look out at D value, where A is bar, B is 1, and C is x. So I want to look out at such a value of x where A is bar, B is 1, and C is x. So what is that value for? So what will happen if you have this kind of rows, many number of rows? What will happen? So operating system is going to require a lot of time to search. It will go for this, it will read this row, then this one, then this one, then this one, then this one, and finally it will see x, A value as bar, B value as 1, and C value as x, and then it will give the value of B as 4. Right? So what I said, I want to look out for such a value of B where A is bar, B is 1, and C is x. So which one is that value? So normally system is going to look out like this, right? But if there are a lot of rows, then it is going to be very time consuming. So in that case, what you can do is you can have something like pivot table. Let me show you what it does. So it is actually, you can apply it for data frames, and let me tell you, pivot table is actually a concept which is available in Microsoft Excel. I do not know whether you people use of Microsoft Excel or not, but definitely you might have used Excel at least for storing the data or something like that, right? So in Excel is also a good tool actually. It can be used for data analysis. So in Excel, this pivot concept is there actually, right? So what we can do is, here I can pass some parameters. I will explain you what are all these. So values. I want values as what? I want values as D. The values, so D column, I am declaring it as value parameter. Right? Which what I want as an index. So I want index from A and B column. You can check it because they are repeating. So I am trying to create an index based on these two columns. That is based on these values because they are repeating. Right? Next, what I want to do is actual column. I want which values I want actual columns. I want column values from X1. So that means I am just going to represent this particular data set in some different way. That's it. That's what pivot table is going to do. If you want to see this, let me run it. Now see, same data set is going to look out like this. So which value I was talking about? I was talking about A is bar, B is 1, C is x, and D is 4. So where is the value of A is bar? A is bar here. B is 1 here. and I want value of x. So value of x. So in only one search itself you will be getting this. Are you getting my point? So it is going to save the searching time. Now, why from where I came to know that value should be the or index should be this one? Because I studied the data set. Obviously, you need to study the data set thoroughly first, and then depending on that and depending on the requirement, you need to give the values parameter, you need to give the index parameter, you need to give the columns parameter. But just try to understand there is something called as dot pivot table, which is going to be very, very helpful to look at the data, to understand the data easily. Okay, but again in applications we are not going to require pivot table anyway. But yeah, maybe in future this might be very, very useful. Okay, so that was all about operations. I think yeah. Let me move to the last topic in pandas, and that is nothing but data input and output. So here what we will try to talk about is here we will see how to read the data from external sources. Let's try to talk about that. Okay, so for that what I have done is in the zip file I have given you some Excel file and some TXT file and some CSV files. So let me go to the folder itself first. Where is that? Yeah. Okay. Now here in pandas, see what I will be doing is the example file. I hope you people are able to see this example file, right? See this one. Let me open it. Let's open it with suppose notepad. So it's a CSV file actually. See how it looks like. See, A comma B comma C comma D, 0 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3, 4 comma 6 comma 7 and so on. Right? So our job is to read this file in Python. That's what I am going to do. So how to do that? For that, in Python, we have different methods. Now, first of all, okay, let me go here and let me check my working directory. How to check the working directory? PW. So right now I am in which directory? C user, user, YTML, Python, and this one. So same directory which I have shown. This one. So you can check it. 03 Python for data analysis. So yes, I am already present in the directory where example file exists. Obviously, it should be the same directory where your file exists. So in my case, I am already there. Right? Now, how to read a file? So what I can do is I can make the pandas package pandas dot read underscore. You will be getting a lot of methods. See, you can read a CSV file, Excel file, feeder, FWS. Lot of options are there. HTML. You can read from a database, SQL, SAS, pickle. Lot of things are there. So out of this, my file is what? My file is a CSV file. That's why I will make use of pd.read underscore CSV. Which file I want to read? I want to read a file with the name example. Just now I showed you an example. See, I am pressing the tab button. It is just auto completing because it knows that this file present. It is present in my working. Now, if I go here and if I run it, I will be able to see the same data which I have just now shown. See, A comma B comma C D, it was there. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Everything is there. Now, what I can do is I can go here and I can just assign it to some variable here. Now, it is my data frame. I already told you, whatever we are going to import from the external sources, if you try to import in Python, the data type of that variable is always going to be a data frame. And as it's a data frame, now I can apply anything, whatever I have learned till now related to data frame. See, you can apply all the methods on that particular frame. Right? So whatever you want. Suppose I want to know this what are the values within this column, A column. So you can check it. Just now we have seen, right? So this is how you can read a CSV file with the help of .read underscore CSV method. Right? Now if you are wondering how you came to know that this particular thing should be a column, so we have options here. If you have any doubt, go here, press shift tab, and here you can mention all the things. Whether so separator is what? Comma. By default in CSV file you might be doing the separator is comma. Okay. Header, they are saying infer. That means first row take the header. Okay. You have other options also. You see, all those things you can actually learn. Lot of options are available. Even the examples also you must tell you. An explanation of each and every option. Right? So this is how you can read a CSV file. Now, how to read an Excel file? First of all, let me show you the Excel file which I have used. See, Excel underscore example. Let me open this Excel file. I hope everyone is able to see. Right? Now see, this is the Excel file. What do I have in this Excel file? Same thing. A, B, C, D, 0, 1, 2, 3, and these are the values 0 to 15, 0, 1, 2, 3. So, but it's an Excel file. Now, what am I going to do? I am going to read this particular Excel file in Python. Right? But remember, pandas can read and write Excel files. But keep in mind, this only imports the data. If there are some formulas or images, uh, it is not going to be read by pandas defense. It is just going to be the data as it. Okay, so we're gonna read this particular data from Excel underscore sample file now. But remember, what the difference between this one and the previous example? In the previous case, it was a CSV file. Now, in this case, it's an Excel file. That's why what am I going to do is, let me suppose create a data frame 2. Data frame 2 is equal to, let's suppose PD, pandas package dot read underscore. Now see, I have option called as Excel. Now what am I going to do here is, I am going to give the name of the file which I want to read. Now what is the name of the file? It is Excel underscore something. So I am just trying to press a tab button. Excel underscore sample dot xlsx. This is the file which I have just now shown you. Right? And from that also, which sheet I want to read. If you have carefully checked, there was a sheet name which was given. Right? So if you want to give the sheet name, you can give that. Otherwise, even if you do not give it, it should run. By default, it is going to read the first sheet of the Excel. You might be knowing that in Excel you can have multiple sheets. So let me go here and run it, and let me show the DF2. Now in DF2 you will be able to see that we will get the same data. In this case it is showing me unnamed because there was a serial number column. That also it has taken this one, and that's why there was no name to that particular column, and that's why it is giving me this kind of unnamed. But yes, again that also can be ignored. Right? This is how you can read an Excel file. Okay, now let's go. And again, if you want to store some data, if you want to export some data so to some variable, for example, in our case, we have created some data frames, right? Yeah, see this data frame. Suppose what if you want to export? Here I am trying to teach you about importing, right? But what if I want to export the data from Python to some external source? That's also possible. Let's see. My data frame I am creating as now this is my data frame. Okay, this is my data frame. Now I want to export this particular data to some external source. So what I can do is df dot to underscore. So once I do df dot to underscore, suppose I want to export it to some Excel file, right? And I can go and I can give the name of the Excel file. Let's suppose today is Saturday, right? Saturday. So I will give the name as Saturday dot XLSX. I want this particular format XLSX extension for the Excel file. Okay. And if you want to give the name of the sheet, you can, otherwise not. Now what's going to happen in my current working directory? This is my current working directory, right? In my current working directory, I should be able to see a file with this particular name. And in that file, this data should be exported. Let's see. Now see, I will go to my working directory here. Let me check the file with the name Saturday, whether it is created or not. Now see, this is created. See this one. If you want to see whether it's created today or not, now you can check, see, date modified is equal to 27 Feb and current timing 43 minutes past 11. Right? I hope you people are able to see. If I go and if I open this, I should be able to see the data set that bar and all these things. See? Now, this is how you can export the data. So there will be questions based on your based on all these things in your assignment. Okay? Try to solve those questions. They are very, very important. I hope everyone is getting to this point. Okay, so this is how you can import and export the data. And one more point, how to read the data from some, if you want to read the data from HTML page. So yes, that's also possible. So here I have given a simple example. See, I will try to show it to you. I will just try to import the link. See, this link. Let me open it in new tab. Let me show it to you. Okay, now see, here, this is the HTML web page, a random web page. You can take anything. Now on this HTML web page, are you able to see this particular data in the table which is written here, right? So if you can see bank name, city, state, something called a CRT, acquiring institution, closing date, right? All these things. Now I want to read all these things. And there are number of columns also. See, number of things are there. Okay? Number of rows are there. So what I want to do is I want to read all these things into Python. How to do that? So for that we can make use of pandas. So what I can do is here, suppose data frame 4 is equal to pd dot read underscore. If you see there is something like HTML here. So pd dot read underscore HTML in double quotes or in single quotes. Just give the link, this link. Just do this thing and paste it here. And then let's run it. Let's check whether you are getting something in DF4 or not. What you should get in DF4? Let's see. Now see, what I got is all those things, right? Bank name, city, but it is in the format of a list. What you do is you just go here and index it. Now you will be able to see the same data which was here. See, bank name, you can check it. Bank name, first American State Bank, then city, then state, MN. So you'll be able to see. See, you'll be able to see all these things. Bank name, city, state, and all these things. Right? Are you able to see this? You can see it. Now, what you can do here is you can apply all the operations which can here on that data if you want. Suppose I want to know how many number of rows and how many number of columns are there. So there are 563 rows and 6 columns are there. Right? This is how you can actually read the data from the HTML web page. Now, see, I can read anything from this web page. Even if suppose if I want to read this logo FDIC, I want to read suppose some anything, I can read that with the help of Python. But just to start with, we are talking about HTML. Read underscore HTML has some limitations. What is that limitation? Read underscore HTML can read only those things from HTML web page which are in the tabular form. I don't know whether you people are aware about or not. HTML, how do we write on the HTML code? We always use tags, right? Suppose if I want to write on some name, so how do I write on that? I will be making a tag. Suppose I want to store the data in a table. So what we do is we use tr tags. We use tr tags. tr stands for table row. Okay. So the limitation of pd.read_html is that it can read only those data from the HTML web page which are present in the tr tags. That means the data which is in the form of table. That data only you can read from with the help of from the HTML page with the help of this pd.read_html. But what if you want to read everything or whatever you want? Yes, that's also possible with the help of Python. And for that, we generally make use of a package called as Beautiful Soap. This is a package with the help of which you can read anything you want from HTML. And this is what I am going to make use of in that web scraping application, the project which we will be talking about for Flipkart, which is going to fetch the real-time data from Flipkart. Okay. So this is how you can read CSV file, Excel file, HTML file. And yes, definitely you can go and you can explore the other options which are also available. There are a lot of options which are available in case of file. Let me check anything remaining here. So this is what, yeah, SQL is optional. This is not a part of your syllabus right now. Okay. Maybe if you get in future, definitely we will go for number of projects, real-time projects, number of interesting applications related to machine learning, deep learning, data science, AI, IoT, something like that. Okay. So yeah, let me check. Yes, that's all. That's what I want to discuss about pandas. I hope everyone is able to understand. If anyone any doubt, please ask your doubt here itself. Now I will be moving on to applications. So anyone any doubt till this point? Any question? Anything? Yes, no? Am I audible? Everyone, am I audible? Can you please tell me any difficulty, any question in general? How to extract data by using Beautiful Soap. So Shivam, I told you, we will make use of that in application diagram. That is the next part. I will be showing you how to extract the data with Beautiful Soap also. But that we haven't discussed it. Is it clear, Shivam? That we will be talking about in the next part. Beautiful Soap. Is it clear, Shivam? Can you please let me know? Or you still have question? Okay. What about others? Are you people getting See, let me know any question. If you want me to repeat anything, please let me. I have already told you, patience is what is required for all these things, and from your side, you will have to spend some time. Even though we will be discussing all these things, but you need to spend some time to understand the things. It's not either I teach you or someone will teach you. You will have to spend some time, and I have seen that many people are doing that. That's good. So I will again ask any doubt, guys. Can you please reply me? Other people, can you please reply? Any doubt till this point? Yes or no? If yes, please tell me. If no, please tell me. Otherwise, I will move forward. Okay, so maximum people are saying yes. Everyone is saying that they move on. Okay, so I will move forward. Let's start our discussion with the application first. See, this one we will be talking. Okay, so this is the application where we are going to make use of some file, and that file will be a JSON file. Now, what do you mean by JSON file? So, creating an interactive dictionary using JSON data. So, JSON is a file. JSON first of all stands for JavaScript Object Notation. Okay. Now, how JSON file looks like? It is exactly like a dictionary. Suppose I think I have given you the example, right? Name I want to store ABC, comma. Suppose marks I want to store marks. Suppose 50. So see, this is a key and this is also a key, and these are the values, right? So JSON file stores data exactly similar to dictionary. And maybe some of you might have heard about a database like MongoDB, or maybe in future you will hear about it. MongoDB actually makes use of a JSON document. That means it also stores the data in this particular file. Why? Why to store the data in that form? Because in this case, what happens is many times depending on the type of a data, the accessing speed is going to increase, or it will take less time to access some data. For example, let me give you a simple example here. JSON kind of data can be used. In the applications where sensors are used, sensor data, for sensor data, because sensor data travels very fast with high velocity. So in that case, one can make use of JSON format, okay, or MongoDB kind of a database. Okay, so in our application, we will be discussing about uh, application where we are going to create a dictionary. It means what? You will ask one word to your application, and your application is going to give the meaning of the word, right? So for that, initially what we will require is, very basic thing we require is how to read a file, how to write into a file. So how to read a file? Now you can read a file in different modes. There are different modes available for reading a file. First of all, let me tell you what is a file. File is something where you can go and where you can write a file. See, in a file you can actually store the actual content. There is a difference between a file and a directory or a folder. File is something where you can write an actual content. In a file you can have actual content. In a directory you have a file, but in a file you cannot have a directory or a folder again. So file is a name location on the disk. I can to store a related information, and it is used to permanently store data in non-volatile memory, right? Like hard disk. File stores like non-volatile memory. So since random access memory is a volatile which loses its data when computer is turned off, we use files for future reference of the data, or to store the data for permanent use of files. Now, to discuss about how to read the files, let me give a simple example. So, maybe I can go and I can open a new notebook here, or maybe I can continue the same. All the packages are imported. Okay. So, what I am doing is I will show you first of all how to read a file. So, to read a file, you need to first of all check whether the file which you are trying to read, whether it is present in your current working directory or not. How to check the current working directory? PW. What is the another way to check the current working directory? Another way to check the current working directory is import OS. OS stands for operating system package, and I can do os.getCwd. Get CWD. CWD stands for current working directory. So if I go and if I try to check, now you can see that both the commands are given the same one. So either you can check the current working directory with OS package or with pwd command. Pwd is actually a Linux command. We have to make the error. Okay. Now let's suppose if I want to open a file. So how I can open a file? Just write down open method which is available by default in Python. Open. Let's suppose I want to open a file called as abc.txt. Now, if it is present in my working directory, yes, it will open. Otherwise, it will give some error. In this case, it is giving me error that no such file or directory exists. So, in that case, what I can do is I can have some file there and then I should try out here. As there is no file called as abc.txt which is existing in my current working directory, and I'm trying to open abc.txt from my current working directory itself. That's why it is showing me no such file or no such file actually exists here. So what I will do is I will go and I will try to create a file. Okay, so let me go and let me try to create a simple file here. Let's suppose I think it's already there. There was a data which was written. That's what I want to get. Yeah. See this file, suppose test file. Let me open this. Let me check if there is any content data. Okay, it is complete. Let me take the same file. Yes, see, what I will do is I will just try to. Okay, only two lines are written. There was a proper data actually which was written. Maybe what I will do is I will go to my current working directory now. This was my current working directory. Here, what I will do is I will try to create a new file. Let's suppose text file. Let's suppose text file I will create, and I will name this particular file as ABC. Okay. So ABC file is here. Now in this file, suppose I am writing down something like this. My first file. This is this is your domain. Okay. After that, two enter I am giving. Two times I am pressing enter. You can practice a lot and make a career. So what I will do is I will just go and I will try to save this file. Now once again I will try to read it from Jupyter. So open abc.txt. Now see what it is saying. Now this time it has not given me it because now this kind of a file is present in my working. But yes, it has not shown me any error, and even it has not shown me anything output also. So what I can do is I can go and I can write down something like this: f equal to open. That means I am creating an object of the type open. Now if you go and if you try to run it, now it is going to say that what is it? So it's an object. It's an object of the type text input output wrapper. Name is abc.txt, and it is opened in read mode. R means read mode, and it is making use of an encoding called as CP1252. This is the default encoding used by Windows operating system. For example, you might be knowing there is an encoding. You might have come across an encoding which is called as Universal Text Format (UTF-8), which is used by many Unix operating systems or Linux operating systems. This is the encoding to read the ASCII values and all. So here, see, I am able to read this. I am able to read this file. By default, the mode is read. See, even if you go here and if you try to press Shift Tab, you will be able to see the default mode is R. That means I can go and I can open the file in different modes: read, write, execute, and whatever I want. different types of modes are possible. So R is for read, W is for write, A is for append. Different types of modes are possible. Let's suppose what I will do is I will try to write down the same command, but this time I will try to open the file instead of read mode. I will try to open the file in write mode. Whenever you try to open the file in write mode, if that file is already present, then it will open the file. If that file is not present, it is going to create the file. See, suppose if I give the name of the file like something like this. Now this file, we know that this file is not present in my current working directory, but here it will not give me the error because W is going to do what? W is going to create the file if it does not exist. Now see, it is not going to giving me any. Because W is write mode. It means that even if does not exist, it will create me. And if I go and if I try to run W, see what is this actually W? What am I trying to write down? I am trying to write down the mode equal to W. That means now I have opened that particular file in a write mode. Now I can go and I can apply different operations on that file. So here if I go, even if I want, if I try to print it, it is going to give me some same information. Maybe just a variable access. Okay. Now always remember, whenever you want to do some operations, you should open the file first, then perform the operations, and then close the file. Open, perform the operation, and close the file. This is the way we actually follow. So for that, what we do is we actually make sort of statement called as try and finally, or try finally is like you try out something. Suppose I am trying out to open this file. Okay, I am trying to open the file. Now I told you, whenever you want to do some operations on a file, one should make sure that first of all you should open the file, then next you should do the operations whatever you want, like you want to do read, write, update, insert, update, delete, whatever, and then closing the file is also important, because if you are not closing the file, it will unnecessarily make use of all the resources which are available on the system, and after some time your system is going to slow down. That's why open, perform the operations, and then close. Closing the file is very important. Right. So how do we make sure that we close the file? So here I have opened the file. Let's suppose. So in try I have written. Now I will be making use of something called as finally. Try and finally are the keyword. So if once your operation is done, so once everything is done, whatever you want to do, finally is going to take care to close the file. See, I have run. Anyway, here we are not able to change output, but try to understand. This is one way to make sure that once you open the file, it should be closed after the operation is performed. Another way, which is generally preferred, is making use of something called as with statement. So what will happen? With open, that means you are trying to open a file. So here our file name is abc.txt. So with is also going to take care to close the file. So with open, whatever arguments you want to give, suppose I want to use an encoding technique here. So encoding is equal to, suppose I want to use UTF, universal text format encoding. Don't worry about this one, okay? This is just for now, just understand that this is something which is going to help you to understand the ASCII value. Okay. So with open, I want to open the file as f. Instead of writing down f equal to, I am writing down as f. So with, why I have used with is a keyword which is going to take care to close the file once the operation is performed. Right? So this is how you can open the file with the help of with. Now let's try to do some operations. So f is the variable now. Now I want to write down something in the file. Now what is written in my file right now? In my file, if you check, if you go here and if you check in the abc.txt, I think I did not copy paste it, right? So let me go here, cancel. I think I have opened, I have written something. Okay, anyway, just check it. See, now there is nothing written in my file. In this file, abc.txt, there is nothing written, right? Okay, let me go here. Let me write down something in it. So, f.write, something like this. Hello everyone. Maybe suppose you give slash n here. Okay. W. After this, give two slash n. Slash n is nothing but one new line. So we might know work hard and like this. Try to solve assignment, something like that. Okay. Now see, this is one sentence I have written. Similarly, I can go and I can write multiple sentences. Suppose f dot write. I want to write down. It should be f dot write. Even if I go and if I press tab button, I will be able to see it. F dot write. Suppose keep practicing. Okay, this is the third line I will write down. F dot write. And here, after this line, I will do suppose slash. Let me run this. Let me run. Okay, so it is showing me unsupported operation not writable. So this file is not writable. That means I will have to give mode here. I did not give the mode. So what I should write down is mode is equal to W. And now I will run it. Now see. Once I run it, now there is no error. So what I have done is open the file in write mode and I am writing down something here. Now I will go in my file and let's see now. Let's see now. Let's check it now. Now see, are you people getting? Whatever I tried to write down, now that is there in the file. So from there I have written all these things. All of you are getting? What I have done is I executed this particular file. With open f dot write I have done. Everything is there. So in my file now, what do I have is I have everything written. Whatever I wanted. See, there was slash n, 2 times slash n here, that's for 2 lines. There was slash n, 1 slash n here, there was slash n here. So what has happened because of this? We are able to write down inside the file. This is how you can open the file. So here I am able to write down because I opened the file in right now. Okay? Is everyone able to understand this? I will be sending the file for this one, so do not. But just to make sense of those packages, we are going to need all these things. That's why I am discussing. See, this is my app. Right? This is my app. Now, what I want to do is I want to read. I want to read from there. So, input output operation on a closed file. So, I am not able to read from there. Why? Because it has taken care to close the file after performing the write operation. That's why I am not able to read anything from this file. Right? But if I want to read all those things here itself, yes, that's possible. What I can do is I can write down. See, I can write down this particular open command, and then I can just open it. That's it. Do not close it, because once you close and then you try to read it, obviously not possible. It's not really possible, right? So what I will do is, maybe suppose I will try to open the file in read mode. Okay, encoding if you want to give, you can. Otherwise, if you do not give, you should give. If you do not give, no problem. And now run. Now see what happens is, if I give F, now it is showing me something like this. If I go here and if I try to read, F dot read, now it should show me everything which is present in my file. Hello everyone, we are learning Python and I know you will work hard and try to solve assignments, keep practicing this way. Right? Now, after this, if I once again go and try to read, now it will show me empty because the cursor is at the last position. What if you want to bring the cursor to the previous position or the position you want, first position? Just make it as f.c. And then if you try to read whatever you want, suppose I want to read first 10 characters, so just read it like this. First 10 characters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, space is 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So after that, if I try to read, it is going to read this 10th character onwards. You can see. See, 10th character and onwards it has read. So it has read from this one, YONE. Right? Now after this, once again if I try to read, now it is going to show me empty string. Because now the cursor is at the last position. If you want to know what is the position of the cursor, you can make your method called as f.10. It is at the 130th character. If you want to bring it to the start position, what you can do is f.seek. F.seek 0. Now if you go and if you try to check the position of the cursor, here it is, you can make use of f.10 if you choose it. Now here from this, if you want to read, now you can read. So there is something called as read or read line also. Read line is going to do what? Read line is going to read line by line. See, it has read first line. Hello everyone. If I run it once again, it will read second line. Right? And if I read it once again, it will read third line. Then it will read fourth line because slashing was there. Then it will read next line. And that is the next line. Right? So now the cursor now the cursor is here. Now the cursor is at the last position. That's why I will have to bring it to the see it will show you empty. Now I will bring the cursor to the first position. I've got seek of 0 and then run. Now as there was a read line, there is something called as a read lines also. Read lines is going to do what? Read lines is going to read all the lines at a time. And it will give you the output in terms of list. Now suppose I want to fetch a last element. So yes, I can fetch 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can just index it because it's in the form of list. So what's happening? List out of range. I think it is 3. F dot okay. See why I'm not able to fetch it because f dot read lines has done what? F dot read lines did read everything from the file. That's why I'm getting emptiness. So if you first of all want to get the cursor, if you see what you need to do in that case is you need to bring your cursor to the first position itself, and then go here and then whatever you want to do. See? Now the cursor it has this particular position. Now, once again, if you go and if you try to run this f dot read line, it will show you only last line or whatever is remaining because cursor position is changed. Okay, that was the last line. So after this, as many number of times I try to read, I am going to get empty only because cursor is at the last position. So you should bring the cursor to the first position or whatever the position you want. Instead of the 0, you can be anywhere. Okay. So I hope you people have understood about how to read a file, how to write into a file. Anyone any difficulty in this one? I will be sharing detailed information, detailed active and define regarding file operations also. But yeah, this is the thing which I wanted you people to talk about before discussing about the applications. Is everyone clear about this file operations? At least have you got the idea that why do we make use of open, dot write, dot read, read line, seek, tell? Obviously, you will have to go to that particular file once again. For sure, no problem. So how do you backspace in reverse manner? So Ashar, what I have done is I actually did not backspace in reverse manner. I use something called as f.seek. So f.seek is going to do what? F.seek is going to take the cursor at the first position here. So if I write an f.seek of 5, so it will take my cursor to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That is space. Is it clear? Whatever the value you are going to put here, Ashar. If you want to see that, see, I will make f.seek 5. I will run this one, and now after that I will read. Now from where it is going to read? It is going to read from this one, everyone, and then all these things. Let's see. Now see, are you getting? Why I did not read this particular part? Because my cursor was the starting position of my cursor was at 5. So to understand these things, one needs to go, one needs to try out the things, one needs to do hands-on. It is easy to understand. You need to spend some time. That's it. Okay. I hope everyone understood that. Let's move to the first application. Okay. Now what I have done is, as I told you that we will be discussing about both the applications today. So I'll be sending the code for each of these applications. Right. Let me go one by one. Let me first of all show the running version of all these applications. Okay. Then what I will do is, then I will go and I will explain you the applications. So because I want you people to spend some time on all these applications on your side also. Because see, each one of them is like, first of all you need to understand what is the application all about. Then I will be explaining you the code, and then if you want you can go and you can make the changes. Do not worry, I will be explaining the code for this. Okay. So first of all, what is this application? Using an interactive dictionary using JSON data. Create an interactive dictionary using JSON data. So let me go and let me try out. Let me go to that particular location where I have all the applications. Yeah, so this is the file. Again, here also, see, all of you getting, first of all, I will just run all the application in front of you, all these applications, then only I will start with the explanation. Because I just need to make you understand about what these applications are and what Python can do. So don't worry, I will explain you each and every. So let me go to here. So this is my first application. It is built step by step, okay, in this file, this IPY, and all the applications are already on my Google Drive. The links of those applications are also there. See, application 1, application 2, application 3, application 4, application 5, application 6, and application 7. Links for all those are ready. I am going to share it, but just after the execution. Now you can see here everything is step by step developed, and the dataset which is required for any application, it is actually shown at the end of the IPv4 file. Always do. Okay. So whatever I am trying to share with you people, always try to go at the end of that particular IPv4 file. There you'll be able to find out dataset if it is required. Okay. Now this is the final code of my application. Let me show you the execution of this. Sorry. Let me add some cells. And again, it is not the case that you can do it only in Jupyter. You can do it in PyCharm or whatever, wherever you want. So I am making use of some data set here. It is called as data.json. What this application is doing? What do you mean by interactive dictionary? See, I will run. Okay. So in my case, it is showing me that no such file directory. That means it is going to require this particular file, data.json, and data.json is not present in my working directory. My working directory is this. So instead of that, what I will do is either I can go here, and this is the file which is actually it is talking about in apps folder. See, this is my working directory. This is my directory in which this application code is there, and this is the file which it requires. So what I will do is I will just go in this application through Jupyter. Are you people getting? As this particular data.json file is not available in my current working directory, that's why it is showing me error. What I will do is, right now I am in apps.file, apps folder. Here is my data.json file, and here is my code. So here itself I will open a new one. Okay. Now, here I will copy paste the code. Now, once again, run it. Now see, this is the application. Now, what this application does, so this in this application you pass any word, it is going to give the meaning of the word. Let's suppose I pass cat and then enter. Now see, it is giving me the meaning. A common four-legged animal. That is the meaning of the word cat. Go here, run it once again. Suppose I want to know what is Mumbai. Enter. Now it is saying that capital of the state Maharashtra in India. Run it. Suppose I want to know, let's suppose maybe anything. What is home? What do you mean by home? The meaning of the word home is a group of persons sharing a home or living space and so on. That is the meaning of the word home. Suppose I want to know, shift enter I will do once again. I want to know what is the meaning of the word house. Right? It is giving me the meaning. Let's suppose while running this, let's suppose I made a spelling mistake. Instead of CAT cat, I typed CAT and there it is. Now see what it is asking me. Did you mean cat instead? So see, my application is able to catch the correct word even if I am making spelling mistake. So it is saying, did you mean cat instead? Enter Y if yes, or N if no. Yes, I mean cat only. Now see, it is showing the meaning. Right? That means as a human, we are tend to make mistakes, right? So that thing is also taken care of by my application. Try to understand. I will again and again repeat, don't worry about the code, I will explain the code. First try to understand what these applications are doing. Okay, code is very simple. What you need to do is whatever I have told you till now. Whatever I have told you till now, that is the only thing which we are using in this code. Okay, and again, this is not the only, you can even go and you can create the GUI, graphical user interface for this kind of application. How to do that? That actually is shown in second application, right? So here you can see that you ask anything, my application is able to answer that. You type in any way, USA, I want to know what is USA, it is telling me, right? You ask anything. Let's suppose you ask something like this. Now see, did you mean Kachin instead of things? It means see, there are no names. There is no name. There is no word like this there. So no, I did not mean that. So the word doesn't exist. Okay. Let's suppose some of you, obviously I know that some of you are going to try out something like this also. See, something like this you are going to try. And then enter. My application is going to say that the word doesn't exist. This is the word. Okay. Some of you will do this one also. Run it and do not type anything. Just press enter. It will say the word doesn't exist. Please double check. This is the application which you people want to create. Okay. Everyone understood the first application, I hope. I will again repeat, don't worry about the code. I am going to explain it. Any doubt, anyone, anything you want to ask? At least have you got the idea what that application is? A simple application, dictionary. Can you just let me know yes, so that I will move to the next application and just do a running version of that. Okay. Okay. Moving to the next application. Because your projects will be dependent on all these things. Okay, so you should have a good idea about all these things. And many projects are like whatever I have built, you just need to extend that. That's it. And I will be helping you in that. Do not worry. Okay, that was application first. Let me go and let me try to talk about second application. So yeah, creating web maps. This one. So creating web maps. This application is like it is going to plot web maps for us. What kind of web maps? So it is going to map do something like this. It is going to use something like this. Again, it is not at all difficult as we have packages. So here we make use of a package called as folio. You just need to import that particular package. This one. How that I will talk about that. Okay. See, this is again built step by step. Each and every step is shown in this application also. How to come up with this kind of balloons. See, and once I click on this, how I am able to get something like this. Zoom out, zoom in, right? So whatever the location you want to find, it is showing me all those things. So here what I have done is, here I just tried to come up with a web map where we are trying to highlight locations on the world map where there are volcanoes present. So I have a text file called as volcanoes. Okay. The link for that text file is again given at the end of this particular IPv file. So volcanoes text file is having some information about volcanoes in the world. That text file I am going to make use of to create this particular application. That's why I told you how to read the file first. Okay. And stepwise, step by step, everything is shown in this particular application with the explanation. And final code of the application is at the last. And data sets are this. These two data sets you are going to require for your application. The links are given. You just need to go and click here and download. Okay, let me show you what this application does. So see, this application is going to create a web map with some name. So what I will do is, suppose I will write on Saturday.html. So it's going to create a file with the name Saturday.html in my current working directory. That is this directory. Okay. And if possible, it might show me the map here itself. Now, what this map is going to help me, this map is going to help me to create a web map where it will help me to show locations of locations in the world where there are volcanoes, and it also helped me to create the own map also. let me with the help of some file. See, I am making up two files here. One is volcano.txt file and another one is world.json file. So world.json file is like it's a file for creating the maps. By default, Folium package makes use of Google Map only. Okay. First of all, let me show you the running version of this. I will just run it in new notebook here. This is also in my current working directory. Let's run it. So it has run. Now you can check it is running here. See, now it should create a file called as saturday.html in my current working directory where I should be able to see the map. Now let me first of all check here. Am I able to see something? So it is not showing me the output here itself. I will go to my working directory and check whether I got saturday.html file created or not. Yeah, see this one. Are you able to see Saturday? Yes, I will open it. Go here and let's open it in Google Chrome and see something like this. Now, what it has done is, so if you people are able to see this graph, it is giving me some information. See, these markers, whatever you are able to see, these markers are talking about locations where there are volcanoes, and there are different markers with different colors. So these colors are talking about how much strong they are. So red means very strong. How much that you will get to know once you go through the application. Once I will explain the application itself. So there is a orange color, there is a red color, there is a red or green color. And plus one more point is, if you can see, this region is a red color region. This region is a green color region, and there is a region like this, which is orange color. So red color means the population is very high. Green color means moderate, and orange color means very less. Something like that. Okay. So what we have done here is we have given some options. We have created some what you can say layer controls. See, if I hover my mouse here, and if I hover my mouse here, see here if I go, well, I want to see only about volcanoes. Now see, it will show me volcano. Don't worry, okay, each and everything is going to make sense. Just try to understand at least what are we going to see. I want to see only maps. I do not want to see volcanoes. So this is how we can get it. Right. So yes, this is an application which is related to web maps. Once you go to each and every step, this one, in this IPY file, each and everything is actually shown step by step. What I am trying to show you is a direct output. That's why maybe sometimes directly you will not get it. But yes, something like that we are going to develop here. That directly we are going to develop something like this. Whatever I try to show. Okay. So yes, this is the second application which we will be discussing. Again, this application we will be discussing in detail. Right. Let me move to the next one. And yeah, data set is already given in the IPY file itself. Let me move to the next one. That is nothing but a simple application which is going to help you to understand how to create a graphical user interface for the application with the help of Python. Let's suppose, again, this is also shown step by step. These are very easy steps actually, right? There are two examples which are shown in this IPY. The first example is this one. First example is this one. So here we are going to make some package called as Kinter. Okay, there are other packages also to create graphical user interface. So once I click on Kinter, I will be able to see this one. I hope you people are able to see. See this one it is running. So here it is accepting some input, suppose 5, and once I click on execute, it is giving me some result. Simple application I have created. What that application is doing is it is just converting kilometers to miles. I will run it once again. See. Go here. Suppose I type 50 kilometers. Now 50 kilometers means how many miles? Execute it. It will be the result. A simple application which you have created. This is the first application. That's why it's very small. Are you people getting? But how to get this kind of buttons? How to get this kind of text boxes, labels? That you will get everything here in this application. Okay. Now, this was a simple example. Now let me go and let me show you next application. with the help of printer. So step by step also we have seen step by step things only in this application. Let me go to run. Now we'll be able to see something like this. What it is doing, it is converting kilogram value to gram, pound and ounce. Okay. See, this is a layout we have created. Now here once I enter some value in kilogram, it is going to convert this value into gram here, then pound here, and then ounce here. Even I can write down gram, pound, and ounce. That kind of thing also I can write. I will show you how to make these changes, or you yourself will be able to understand. Okay, that is the easy part. You can go and you can write the level. Suppose here if I enter 50 kg, the 50 kg will be converted into gram, pound, and ounce. Gram, so this thing, okay, you can check it. Gram, pound, and ounce. This is how it has done. So this is a one of the applications which we will be talking about. Again, step by step everything is there. Even there is no data set which is required for this. What you need to require is actually package called as screen. That's it. And based on this, I will be showing you that see what you can do is in the previous application you can combine this one and you can create GUI for the previous application. Okay, so interactive dictionary, then web maps and filter we have seen. Let's try to talk about creating a Jarvis assistant to give commands to computer. What it is going to do? It is going to accept our voice commands. Let me go and let me open that. Okay, fourth application is Jarvis assistant. Let's go here. For this also you are not going to require any data set. Okay, and this is the application with the help of which you can create a lot of things. Even though I have shown you only 5 to 6 tasks, but you can do almost everything. Let me go. Let me close this untitled notebook and let me close the code sheet. Okay. Let me first of all try to run it. Okay, this one. Yeah.
Good afternoon. I am Jarvis, sir. Please tell me how may I help you?
Jarvis, what's the time?
Sir, the time is 12 hours 33 minutes and 30 seconds.
Jarvis, open YouTube. Open Google. Wikipedia, Sachin Tendulkar.
Searching Wikipedia. According to Wikipedia, Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar, listen, born April 24, 1973, is an Indian former international cricketer who served as captain of the Indian national team. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest batsmen in the history of cricket.
Wikipedia, Salman Khan.
Searching Wikipedia. According to Wikipedia, Abdul Rashid Salim Salman Khan, pronounced Salman Zan, listen, December 27, 1965, is an Indian film actor, producer, occasional singer, and television personality who works in Hindi films. In a film career spanning over 30 years, Khan has received numerous awards, including 2 National Film Awards as a film producer, and 2 Filmfare Awards for acting.
Play music. So see, all of you getting this is what this application does. So here I have shown you only 4 5 tasks. You can ask your machine to shut down. You can ask your machine to open Notepad. You can ask your machine to open WordPad. You can ask your machine to open Excel. You can ask your machine to send a mail to your friend. So Vaishnav is asking, sir, so sir, how different is it from what we see in Google Assistant or Siri? So in case of Google Assistant or Siri, Vaishnav, what do you have is, what are you going to get is, you are going to get some trained models. This is not a trained model. This is a plain Python application. Trained model means what? It will be trained based on some data because here you will see that there are some limitations. It is not a trained model. That will be a part of a deep learning or a natural language processing, I can say. Is it clear? Yes, this is if else. This is simple because what we have seen here is basic Python. That's why, Akash. Akash, are you getting? This is if else because we have in this workshop we are talking about basic Python only. You asked me to show you a chatbot which will talk with you. I will create that. But for that you are going to require knowledge of machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing. Everything is step by step. Akash, are you getting? This is a if else only because we have learned basic Python only. Is it making sense, Akash? Yes or no? So for that, maybe if you people are interested, we will go for some another workshop where we will talk about machine learning and deep learning. We can create projects. Is it clear, Akash? Yes. Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay, now people are asking, can we change voice? Yes, you can change the voice. PYTTSX3 is a package. I will show you how to change it. Is it clear, Ashar? Can run offline. Shivam, we are running it offline only, but obviously for opening Google and YouTube, you are going to require internet, right? But for opening a Notepad or WordPad, you are not going to require internet. You can run it offline also. Is it clear? You are asking that question. Shivam, is it clear? Yeah. Any other question? Let me check. Yes, we can change the voice. Yes. Okay. Okay, so yes, I will be explaining this. See here, what I have done is I have added number of things. Like if I ask him, send the mail to Yogesh PM 5555 at the rate gmail.com, which is my email ID. Or your email ID if you type. You will be getting email from me. What email I want to send? Again, you can give the content on all these things. But again, I have not shown this particular thing. We need to try it out actually. Because otherwise you will have to give a password here. And I don't want to give the password. Yes. Okay. This is one of the applications. Again, so you once you get all these things, please try out on your machine. Definitely, you are going to get errors. Be ready for errors, maybe for package installations and all those things. Because see, here I use so many number of packages, but the explanation is given here itself. The code itself is self-explanatory. Okay, let's move to the next application. So interactive dictionary, Jarvis, web application, GUI DFC. Now developing the games like snake game, color game. This is also again a very easy part. Let me show you some of the applications which you will be getting here. So let me go to this particular folder. Yeah. Let me show you snake game. This is a very simple snake game. As a task, I will be asking you to add music, background music, to add one. If the snake is dead, you need to do a lot of things, and I will be helping you in that. Okay, this is a very simple snake game which is shown here, again with the help of basic Python. Right, let me show it to you. See, this is again an application. So now see, I can go and I can play this. You can see that score is increasing with 10 10. So I made it as 10. You can make it as 1 2 3 4 whatever you want, or 100 200. Now you can check it, right? So this is a simple snake game, and what we require for this? Basics of Python, nothing else. Because I am talking about basics of Python only. Now, if the snake is dead, if it touches any boundary, obviously it should be dead, right? Now, if it eats the food, you can check the size of the snake is increasing. So there are some basic things which we need to take into consideration. As per the rule, right? We know how to play. Everyone must have played this kind of a game. And now it's time for you people to develop your own game. Right? And not only snake game you can develop a lot of other games also. I'll be talking about that particular part. right? But yes, we have some time limitation actually. And now see, what I can do is I know that if the snake touches itself, it should be dead. Now see, it is dead. Okay. So suppose what if I want to change the colors and all those things? Definitely, see, this code is again self-explanatory. Suppose instead of this red color, I want in the background I want a green color or whatever I want to make use of. That's possible. So maybe let's suppose see it's a green color, but now my snake was again a green, so that's why the snake is not able to. We are not able to see snake here. So this is how we can make use of, right? So here what we are using is actually printer package, which we have seen in the first application. See Akash, okay, or otherwise let me tell you, this is not the only way to create the games. There are a lot of ways in Python with the help of which you can create the game. As Akash is saying, he might have come across Pygame package. Pygame is also there, right? Turtle is also there. You can make use of lot of packages, Akash. So if you are asking me why not with Pygame, you can develop with Pygame also. If you know Pygame, you go and develop your project with Pygame itself. No problem. I'm just trying to give you a simple example. Is it clear, Akash? Why not make this game with using Pygame? You can, obviously. Right? And there is not only Pygame, there are a lot of good packages as compared to Pygame also. So just to start with, you need something, right? That's what I'm trying to show you. There is no limit. There is no limit to packages. I told you, see, this is a very simple game. There is no background music and all those things. Those things also I'll be showing you, but I want you people to first of all try it out, come up with some idea, come up with some product, then we will make some corrections in that. Because otherwise people will not take that much of interest in doing all these things, right? If I just try to give you everything, it does not make any sense, right? So yes, Pygame is also there. You might have heard about through your friend, through internet, through YouTube, whatever it is. Everything is available. Even if you go for Snake game, you will get a lot of examples like this. This is a very simple game actually. But yeah, as we wanted to discuss about applications with the help of basic Python, yes, this is one of the applications. But yeah, there are multiple ways. That's right, actually. Okay. And similarly, small games are actually shown here. So see, this color game is also shown here, but try to understand it's text file actually. First of all, what you need to do is copy this particular code from the text file and then run it in some other node, because text file obviously it is not going to run, right? So if I go and if I run this particular application, we'll be able to see something like this. Now, what this color game example is doing, it is going to show me some name of the color. That name of the color will be in some color. It will be in green, it will be in red. So whatever the color I am able to see, if you are able to read whatever is written here, just try to read the instruction of this particular thing. So what it is saying, type in the color of the words and not the word text. Whatever the text you will be able to see here, that text will be in some color. So that text is in what color, that name you will have to write down here. That color name you will write down here, and for that you have 30 seconds. Okay, so just to improve your typing speed, I can say, you can make use of this kind of application. Suppose I will press enter. Now, what is this color? Is it red or what? Okay, this color is what? Green. So see, my score is increasing. It is what? Purple. It is what? Red color. I don't know red or not. It is what? Pink color. Pink. It's orange actually, not color is orange. This is yellow color. Pink is written in yellow color. I don't know what is this. Red color. What is this? White. I don't know. Orange color. I am writing down red. Now see, I got score as 6. So this kind of application also can be created to improve the typing speed. Again, keep the random. Again, there is no limitation. You can make use of Pygame. Pygame is specifically for games only, right? So, but yes, see, with the help of basic Python, you can do all these things. Again, this code is also self-explanatory. Everything is good. So yeah, okay, this color text is done. Similarly, this hangman game is there. Tic tac game is there. So they are also given. Please try to go through these games also. But in this PDF, in the PDF, I have mentioned snake game, color game, and maybe there is something I think I have mentioned smileys and all those things. How to include the smileys. So see, what's a smiley if you want to understand. What I have done is, even number of games I have created will get it in my See, just copy that link. So for that application, I have given you a link of my one of the videos where I have shown you how to create a WhatsApp smile, right? So let me just go and let me just try to show it from here. See, what I mean to say is how to create a WhatsApp smile. This is a 10-13 minutes of video. See, it's kind of a smiley, how you can create it. How you can change its smile, how you can change the size. So that application is given here. The link for that is mentioned in this text file. I'll be sending you all these links. I'll be sending you this text file itself. Okay, where link for every package is given. Similarly for password generator also. Password generator is just a task of 2 minutes. See, password generator. For that also I have given you the link of my video because it was a very small application. See, we are using simple Python here and we are generating the passwords, range function and all those things. We are using. See, the password you can see here. The password which is generated, which I highlighted. You can check it's the password which is generated. So like this, yeah, these links are also given to you people. Later on, you can refer that particular file. I am talking about this file. In this file, link of each and every application is given to you. Okay, moving forward now. So yeah, Tic Tac, Hangman, and all these things are given. Jarvis, we have seen now DRS. Talking about DRS. For DRS, let me show you what it does. See, you will be getting a zip file for DRS. See, you need to unzip it. You will be able to see this kind of folder. Go inside the folder. This is the IPYNB file which you need to open, which is with the extension .ipynb. Now, what is DRS? DRS is decision review system in cricket match. Let me show you input data which I am trying to pass to that particular application. So, this is the folder. Let me show you this particular video as input. So, let me open this. It's a short video of cricket match where the player was. In DRS, what happens is if the on-field umpire is not sure about whether the player is out or not, what he does is he makes use of DRS system. So what am I doing is I am going to pass this video as input to my application, and my application is going to help whether the player is out or not. So here also we have used basic Python and filter package. Let me run it. See, what I have done is this clip.mp4, the clip which I have shown you just now. I am passing it as a input to my application. Okay, so let me run it. Now you'll be able to see user interface like this. Later on you can change all these things. Right. Now I want to check whether the player is out or not. So here what I have done is there are 6 buttons which are created. Again, this is again a very common application. See, previous pass, previous slow, next pass, give out, give not out. These are the buttons which we have created. Now suppose let me click on next pass. Now I am able to see the video. Now you are able to see the change in the color of the uniform of the players. It is because of the audio is present in the video, right? So audio should not be there. Now I am clicking on next pass. Whenever I am clicking on next pass, you can see the speed is 25. Just below here you can see, right? Speed is 20. If I click on next low, the speed is going to become 2. See this 2 I am talking about. Okay. If I click on previous fast, it will be minus 25. So speed is minus 25. If I click on previous low, it will be minus 2. So let me click on next fast. Suppose. Now let's see whether the player is out or not. Now let me click on next low. Okay, next fast, next fast, next fast, next fast. So actually the clip should be very, very small. Here I did not get that kind of a clip. That's why I'm just making use of this one. Or even you can create your own video also and you can pass it as input. See here. Now click on next low. Here you will come to know whether the player is out or not. Just check it. Right? Now if you think that he is out, go and click on out. Otherwise not. Once I click on give out, it will wait for some time. It will show you some ad kind of a thing. For example, it will show you some ad of my video. And then after that it will give decision pending and then it will give the decision. See something like this. Yeah, some ad. and now out. So you can adjust this actually. I did not get a good image, good quality image, but yeah, you can do all these things. So all these images and everything I have provided in one folder. You just need to go and try out the things. Okay, this code also I'll be explaining. So this is the application of decision review system which I want to talk about. Now the last application is nothing but what? It is weather forecasting using Python to read HTML data. So this is the application where we have used beautiful profiles. Someone was asking me how to make it a beautiful profile. So actually I have shown you application with the help of beautiful package which is going to help us to read the real-time data from some HTML file. Okay, how to do that? Let me go here. Let me go to the DRS. Let me go to that particular application. So weather application it is. And here this is the file weather forecast. Again, it's a text file actually. Just need to, it should be IPy file. That's why I will copy the code and I will paste that particular code in new book. And here I will try to show it to you. So what this application does is, let me show it to you. See, in this application, we are going to scrap the data from this particular website with the help of beautiful profile. What is this website? Let me go here. Let me show it to you in the new tab. Now see, what are we going to fetch? So here, see, it's a national weather service, right? So forecast.weather.government.gov. Now here, if I go and here, if you check, there is some information which is given. So what are we going to fetch? What application? What our application is going to fetch from here is this one. Let me highlight it. It is going to fetch this thing overnight, Saturday, Saturday night, Sunday, Sunday night, Monday, Monday night. What is the weather on these situations? So what is that? Rain or snow is likely. Increasing clouds. Most cloudy. Chances of rain. Most clear. This one, this one, this one, this one. We are going to fetch. It is, and we are going to fetch this one also. 34, 51, 38, and all these things. So in our application, we actually try to fetch this particular part. Okay, let me show you. Let me go to the application. Right. And one more point. Our application is going to create a file also. Suppose let me give a name of the file as session.csv. So our application is going to export the result to a CSV file. It is going to create a CSV file with the name session.csv in my current entry. And it is going to show me the result here itself. See. Same thing. Okay, whatever I have shown you now, this one, overnight, Saturday, Saturday night, Sunday, Sunday night, all these things, rain or snow likely, increasing clouds, 34, all these things it is going to fetch. Let me run it. And it is because of the beautiful profile. I have run that application. Now you can check, see, what is the period? Overnight. Rain or snow likely, right? And 34. You can check it. This is the first record. Overnight. Rain or snow likely and 34. Right? Similarly, on Saturday, what it is going to be? Increasing clouds, 51. On Saturday, increasing clouds, 51. Right? This is what our application is doing. And as I told you, it is going to even create a report in a CSV file. It is going to save the report in a CSV. So if I go and do my work and directory, you'll be able to see the report also. So where is that? I will have to go to that particular directory itself. Weather. Here you will be able to see such things. See, this file is created today, 27th Feb, and it will even give you a time at which it is created. See, it is created 54 minutes past 12. That means right now. So let me open this file and let me show you the same result here. So if you want to export the result to the client, you can export it like this. Right? So this is index. This is the period. And this is nothing but a short description, and this is nothing but a temperature. Now see, it has exported everything. It has imported everything from that particular HTML file, and now we are able to see that particular data. Right? So again, this kind of application can incorporate in some big application, or this itself is a good application actually. Right? So these are the applications which I am going to share. So first of all, what I will do is let me see. I will be passing this particular file, but let me copy everything and let me send all the links of all the applications in the chat box. Maybe I'll be sharing the file. See, if you check, I have sent all the links for all the applications. Just check it whether you have received it or not. I think the last link, if you haven't received, Let me send it once again. This text file also I will be sharing. Do not worry. Let me send this one once again. So everything is already put on Google Drive. I have already put it onto Google Drive. You just need to go click on the links and download all those applications. Right? So just check whether you got it. As I said, I will be explaining you the code, all these things. Yes. Do share all on Drive and yeah, on Drive it is already shared. On WhatsApp also I will be sharing it, all these links. Protection. All these links I will be sharing on WhatsApp. Don't worry. Clear protection? That's what I think you are asking. You will be getting all these things on WhatsApp also. So yes, guys, this is what these are the applications. See, again, it is not limited to this application, right? But definitely, if you thoroughly understand these applications, how actually we are developing it. Some of you might have developed this kind of applications already. I do not know. But yes, if you try to go through these applications, if you understand them in detail, definitely this is going to help you to create other applications. As I said, don't worry, I will be explaining you this application. But my expectation will be what? Before the next session, you people will go through all these things. Okay, at least try to run. Definitely, you are going to face some problems regarding this installation and all. Definitely, you are going to face, and you should face the problems, right? Getting the error and solving is the only thing to understand. To understand it conceptually, right? Now the remaining thing is what I will be talking about a project, how to extract the real-time data from the Flipkart, how to create it with the help of class. For this, we are going to require PyCharm. Okay, so be ready with that. And the last thing I'm going to discuss is, yeah, this will require some 10 to 15 minutes. The last thing I'm going to show you a project of prediction of a chance of admission in foreign university for a student who wants to go for MS, and then I will deploy it onto cloud. Once you understand how to deploy your application onto cloud, you can deploy any of these applications, whatever we have discussed on cloud. Okay, so and that will be all. So maybe for the next session, what we will do is, let me just discuss with HOD sir or faculty members, and let us meet on someday, maybe tomorrow or maybe on Monday. If you want 1 day gap, I am okay with that, no problem. If you do not, I am okay with that also. Is it clear, all of you? Any doubt, anyone? Let me just do this. Let me just do yeah. Any doubt, anyone? Can you just let me know if you have any confusion, any doubt, anything you want to ask? I'll be explaining all these things. Do not worry. But first of all, go through the code on yourself because we have already seen all the basic things which are required. So yes, guys, anything you want other than this? Any doubt? So those people who are having doubt, please ask. Do you have any doubt? Or I can ask it another way. Are you people getting everything? If yes, say yes. If no, please ask for it. So that we can stop here for today. Right? I know people cannot sit continuously. Okay. So people are saying yes, sir, we are getting. That's good. Yeah. Okay. See, you can see that 5 days are not enough for this all these things. Definitely, we just spend some time. That's why it's an extra session. And I hope you people are ready for that, right? Definitely, you will see a good thing happening to you. At least have some patience. I can see most of them they are still there. That's good, guys. I have seen that you people, many of you are really very interested and enthusiastic. So that's a good thing. Okay. Ajay is asking, sir, matplotlib files converting in text format. How to run that file in Jupyter? Just copy the code from the matplotlib into new notebook. Ajay, copy and paste. If it's a text file, copy the code from that text file into Jupyter notebook. Is it clear, Ajay? Yeah. Okay. So I can see. Okay, no one else having any question. Yeah. Okay, guys, that's good. So let see. Let me have some discussion with faculty members. If they say tomorrow, if you people are okay with tomorrow, we will go tomorrow. Otherwise, day after tomorrow. Right? I'm okay with anything, no problem. And it's not like that. That will be our last session. I already told you. Even after that, also, if you face any difficulty, anything, you are always welcome. No problem. Maybe related to your Python, right? Sometimes people are asking about R also. If you get any difficulty about R also, data science, machine learning, deep learning, computer vision. Maybe some people might be interested in developing deep learning projects also. I have seen even third year, second year people. Generally, I go for some trainings or workshops. At that time, I have seen people doing all those things. Some people are very interested in developing chatbots. Like some people are interested in embedding the code in the hardware. So I am also very much interested in all those kind of things. And we also develop the projects at our company, right? So yes. How many sessions do we need? Maybe Snehal, I will try to finish everything in next session itself, right? Most probably. Snehal, is it clear? Monday, okay, yeah, we will try to do that. Let's see. Yeah. But for what I want is now I have given you assignments for Matplotlib. Some of them they may already solved Matplotlib assignment. I have given you the assignment for pandas also. Plus, I have given you the solution for pandas also. That's also provided. So your job is just to go and execute the things. See, I'm again repeating. Assignment for pandas is going to be very, very helpful for you, right? And plus all these applications. At least try to run these applications on your machine. If you do not understand, don't worry. At least execute it. For now. In the next session, I'm going to make this clear. Okay, so I hope everyone is comfortable in this. So let's go for one more session, and most probably hope so. I will try to finish everything in the next session. Right? After that, if you have any doubt, yeah, I told you you are always welcome. No problem. Till now, see what I have seen is till now my experience about you people is like you are responsive, you are interacting, you are good. That means you always many of you have seen that they have come up with a very good questions actually. Maybe in the session during the session as well as I've seen people asking the questions on WhatsApp also. So yeah, that's really impressive. I like that. Why am I telling you this one is because in future if some people are interested to work in some real-time projects. We will be giving some opportunities. It all depends on your interest. Okay, there are a lot of things to discuss. We will go on by now. Okay. Okay, guys. Then I hope everyone is getting everything, and I hope that you will do whatever I told you. I'll be sharing whatever I discussed. I'll be sharing the link for all the applications in the WhatsApp group also. Okay. So yeah, with this, let's stop here. Bye bye all of you and take care. Let me know if any question. Let me know in the WhatsApp also. You can directly WhatsApp me. No problem at all. Those people who sent me their GitHub link for assignments, I have already gone through all the assignments. But still, if someone is remaining, I will go through that also and check it. No problem. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you all of you. Bye bye. Okay, someone is asking me, Siddharth is asking me, sir, please share the link of the video. Yes, Siddharth. Today I'll be sharing the link of the video also. Okay.